Welcome to Cult EXE, a channel here on Plus One EXP. I'm Sarah, a high-level monk and cult leader. I have she, her pronouns. Sorry, so no, Keegan. I have she, her pronouns. And my favorite first-person shooter is Borderlands 2.
You did it this time.
Yeah.
I'm Keegan EXE, Ttrpg's gayest little clown, and the other cult leader. I have they, them pronouns. My favorite first-person shooter is Destiny 2, which is 90% of the time it's a first-person shooter, and then sometimes you get a sword and it's a third-person shooter. Don't ask about it. Plus One EXP is a weird brand that multi-classes and tabletop game design, beard and skincare, alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. The dream and hope here at Plus One's to help amazing designers find great players who love their games and help amazing players find great designers whose games they can love.
Today you're joining us for Make It Gayer, a two-part actual play series, where this time we're playing Choke by Clove Fulminata. You are joining us for part 2. Last week we learned how to play the game, and this week we're actually playing it. Before we dive in, though, let's meet our players. We're going to start with Sammy. Sammy, can you introduce yourself and let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm Sammy. Pronouns are she, they, Keish. I'm all over the internet, predominantly on Twitter, at Goddess Sammy, with one fewer S's than you might think.
And what's your favorite first-person shooter? We've committed to
we're
this
doing
bit
a bit.
this time.
We committed to the bit. Cyberpunk 2077, but I also play Destiny 2 when Cyberpunk 2077 crashes when I exit the menu.
This is fair.
That's very fair.
This is fair. And last but not least, we're joined by Clove Fulminata. Clove, can you tell us who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about the game we're playing today?
Yeah, hi. My name's Clove. I use they, them pronouns. I also use neopronouns, pay, peer, pez. My favorite first-person shooter is probably TF2, but it's a little bit unplayable these days. Some people will argue about that, but I think it's a little unplayable these days. And I also, if I had to pick another one, I really like another somewhat unplayable FPS called Fistful of Frags, which is an indie source engine mod where you're cowboys. It's a cowboy shootout, but it only has community servers, and there's not enough community servers around me to connect to a server with decent ping.
Oh, the curse.
So anyway, you can find me at CloveRPG on Twitter. If you just want to see my game promo, you can follow at Revenant World on Twitter, or is it Revenant World or Revenant World RPG? I think it's at Revenant World.
I think it's at Revenant World.
Okay, nice. And you can look at you can see all the games that I make at Clove.Games. That'll take you to my itch page. The game we're playing today is Choke. It is a blood-soaked tabletop role-playing FPS about rich butchers and broke meat. It is an economic horror game about being a murderer hired by a giant corporation that values you for your capacity to kill and be killed in pursuit of profit maximization.
Amazing. And I know he talked about it before, but we're planning on trying to do a giveaway today, right?
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
Keegan said that they would handle what the details were for what somebody has to put in chat or whatever to enter, but I've got one of these books. It's not this one. It's in a stack of books over there. That one person
Go get it.
will
No.
Get the book.
One person will get a free hardcover copy of Choke. This is the first of what will be a couple giveaways that I haven't planned the other ones yet. Because when Choke itch funded, the people that bought it funded for several copies to be given away and several copies to be given to libraries. So this is the first of that. So free hardcover copy of Choke, free shipping to the United States. If you need shipping outside of that, we can figure it out. But yeah.
Awesome. Keegan, are we going to tell people what they need to put in the chat to be entered into doing the thing?
I'll say, let's just put a choke in the chat.
Okay.
Just all caps. Hit me with a choke in the chat, and I will keep up with those on my end.
Awesome.
That's the thing I can do. I said I was going to deal with this, and I did by saying, "Hey, Keegan."
Future Keegan.
Think
Deal
about
with
this
this.
later. Yeah. Sarah, I'm only watching the Twitch chat. If somebody on Facebook or YouTube happens to be watching and
Okay.
commenting, you will have to let me know.
Okay, I will do
Then
my
I
best.
will.
Facebook?
We're streaming to Facebook for the Facebook olds.
I
Unless
had no
Sarah doesn't have a
idea.
streaming to Facebook.
Unless I
but-
didn't turn that on, which I don't think that I did.
Oh, I always turn it on.
Well,
who I
wow,
am.
overachiever, wow.
So we may or may not be streaming to Facebook. Who could
Okay.
actually
Okay.
tell?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it and we'll be good to go. On that note though, I'm ready. I wanna do a murder. I wanna blow up some means of production. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Okay. Should I sort of intro into what we've discussed, what we want
Yeah.
to do for our mission and stuff?
That'd be
Or-
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So last week we learned how to play. We made these characters. We'll introduce our characters here in a moment, I'm sure. But we learned about how the game is organized into contracts. So when we made our characters, we did pre-contract stuff, like free play stuff where you can buy items, you can visit the corpsman for surgery, all that sort of stuff. And now we're selecting a contract. So you can choose between 4 of Sullivan's corporate rivals, those being Meridian Rail, Eaglehawk, Python, and Grendelbane. And we have decided that we're going to be taking a contract targeting Grendelbane Mill because they are the spookiest of Sullivan's
That felt
competitors,
right.
and
Yeah.
it's almost Halloween. So I'll read their little lore paragraph because this was part of the book that we didn't read through any of last week because you don't really need it until you're looking
Yeah.
at that corporation. So I'm on page 10 of the book if anybody wants to follow along. Grendelbane Mill turns its profit on eccentricity, the sincere whimsy associated with quaint idiosyncrasy. They have cultivated the image of a charming cottage industry, saccharine sweet enough to make you choke, all while wielding the capital of a full-fledged corporate entity. Their sweet grandma mascot, their pseudo-homemade meals, their trinkets and baubles and toys imbued with folksy blessings and childlike glee all seem to reject the tired cynicism of modern business. They're just like you. Why not throw them some cash? But the cold realities of capitalistic production are not all that hides beneath the quirky, crystal-studded surface of Grendelbane Mill. Their production facilities are both victim and benefactor to a deep-seated malediction too old to recall. Some think it was killing the beast that cursed Grendelbane Mill. Others say it never could have been slain in the first place had dark spirits not already taken root in the foundations, whispering power into the ear of those with authority over the mill's workers. Regardless, the beast was slain, and its body is plundered to this day by the factories and warehouses of the mill. The Knights of Grendelbane Mill are outfitted with cursed guns and occult armor carved from the beast's bones, fashioned from its hide, and conceived in its fitful memory. Strange rituals and unreasoned beliefs keep the wielders safe from the maledictive rot right up until the moment they don't.
Ooh.
So that is Grendelbane Mill.
I'm
Perfect.
excited.
And so you said so that is our target for the contract. And then we choose an objective for the contract. These are very broad goals for what Sullivan has hired us to do to the other company. So
Awesome.
we could be destroying some sort of advantage, stealing an item, obtaining intelligence, or just seizing control of an area. So
Yeah, does anyone have strong feelings for what they want to do?
I kind of want to steal something.
I have a pitch for stealing something. I was thinking about this
Oh,
because
perfect.
Keegan was talking about the what is it, make it gayer
Yes.
programming. And how so we wanted our goal in the games would be to make something gayer,
Mhm,
I guess.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So I talked about last time how like one of the like companies that Grendelbane is like a pastiche of is like Disney.
Uh-huh.
So I had the thought, what if we're trying to steal like an internal missive that's like one of the things where they're like telling all of their creatives that they like can't put any gay people in their shows and stuff. And we're gonna
Yes.
like steal that to publish it to like
Yeah.
to sabotage them.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is incredible. I love this.
And of course
Yes.
Sullivan doesn't care at all. They just like want
No.
Grendelbane profits to suffer from this, but
Right. I think it's
Gorgeous.
wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
so good at
perfect.
heists, I assume.
all right. Yeah, so that's sort of a combination of steal an item or obtain intelligence. Whichever one we want to like put a check by or whatever for that. And then there's bounties that we can add on. So what bounties are is I believe we all went into debt during the character creation phase.
Bless
A few of
him.
us went
Significant debt, yes.
extremely into debt.
I just
Yeah, so
needed my cool abilities, is all.
my character is $1,050 in debt. What about everybody else?
I
Mine are
am.
$1,200.
I'm pretty sure I was. I did an even 1,000.
And once again, I win with $1,800 in debt.
Oh my god. So the way that bounties work are they're like a step that you can take towards getting some other company to pay off your squad's debt. Since we're only playing through one contract, we won't get to see like the fruition of that thread, but it might be a fun little wrinkle to throw in. Basically, under the table and off the books, we can choose one of the other companies to have given us like a side goal on this mission.
Okay.
And then we mark it off the list of all of these possible side missions that are printed all along the border of page 41 and 42.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Um,
I've been staring at this book for so long, and I did not realize that was like actually part of the it was like, where are all of them? And it was like,
yeah.
oh my god, it's not just random text around the edges of this.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun place to put it because otherwise it would be like a huge block of text. So I thought it'd be
Right.
fun to just sort of
If you're viewing at home, it's like
sneak it in like
all
that.
around the
Yeah,
edges
I've
of the
actually thrown
page.
up the spotlight so they can see
Oh, fuck you.
the whole thing. Keegan.
Yeah, perfect.
So what each of those are is they have the name of a corporation that is offering you a bounty, and then the like action word of what type of mission you're going on. So ours would be either steal or obtain, whichever we decide that it is, steal an item or obtain intelligence. And then
Okay.
and then it has the corporation that you're targeting, which would be Grendelbane. So we could take like Pythion obtain Grendelbane, or we could take like Eaglehawk steal Grendelbane. And
Yeah.
any of those, and we would mark it off of this list. Does anybody have strong feelings about that?
I was gonna say I would like, but I'm like, I don't like any of these people. I like the idea of having a defense contractor pay it off. So
Okay, so
I'll take-
Eaglehawk. Let's see, where are these? Okay, I see Eaglehawk sees Grendelbane. That's not the exact one we want. Where is it?
Eaglehawk is it on the right? I know I just saw it. Eaglehawk steal Grindelbane. It's 42. It's on the very right.
Very right.
On the right of the page.
Oh, I
like,
see.
in-
I see. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So okay, first one on that border. Cool. Or no, not first one on the border. There it is. Third one. Eaglehawk steal Grendelbane. So we would mark an X off that one, and we would never be able to take that exact bounty again.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So that means that we'll just keep in mind throughout the mission that if we're in good enough shape to take on an extra fulcrum, which are our sub goals throughout the mission, if we're in a place to take on an extra one of those beyond our regular contract completion
I marked
situations,
it off. There's a little X.
Oh, nice.
Cute.
Then we can try to take an extra fulcrum to get an in with Eaglehawk, so that in the future they could pay off our debt. So yeah,
Cool.
the next thing is a map, which we have selected.
I have already posted it in the chat.
Okay,
Yes.
sick.
Let's swap over. Da, 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 da. There it is.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I guess there's theoretically, potentially, at least one person who has not been in the chat long enough to see it. So there it is. I reposted it. Also,
Yeah,
it's on screen.
So yeah, this is a map of a movie studio lot. And the way that we're going to use this map in the game is we're going to be able to point at different buildings or areas of the map, because the shorter you stay in one place at a time during the mission, the more effective you can be at sabotage. So that, and it'll also give us like setting to play with, to like bounce off what our challenges and objectives are and all that. Okay. So I think we're about at the point where we'll jump right into it. So we should probably introduce our characters.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can go first. I
Okay.
am playing Pivo. I am a octopus, like very purple dude. Has they them pronouns. They're 5'4", and they're a snake, so they're very sneaky. They're a snake class-wise. They're a snake.
They're a snake. The rarest
Class-wise,
snake
they're a snake.
octopus.
Physically, they're an octopus. I think that makes them an eel.
Yeah,
Does it?
I think so.
That's how animals work, right?
Yeah.
Vibes-based.
Octopus with the arms of a snake,
Ooh.
Oh, there we
or
go.
like snakes for arms.
Yeah. I think that's a monster in Revenant World.
There you go.
Probably.
There you go. I'll go next. I'm playing the bandit class. My name is Jace. She, her pronouns. I am 4'9". I have silver eyes and green hair. And a distinctive trait is I have my own name tattooed underneath my eye.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm also playing a bandit. My name is Vacancy Porter. He has he, him pronouns and also neo pronouns, sills, that's CIL. Height 5 foot even. He is a rat. He's a rat guy, with gray eyes and black and gray hair. And a distinctive feature is that Sill's tail is kind of like chopped off halfway from some sort of previous accident.
Nice. Terrible, but nice.
So I'm playing M Lattes. Everyone else made short characters, and I went the opposite. And she is 6'5" with pistons tattooed on her forearms because I have a type when it comes to characters.
Yeah.
And her class is artillery because I have a type when it comes to characters.
Very nice.
You love to see it.
Okay. So once a contract starts, you're in a mode of gameplay that isn't over until you bail on your objective and fail, successfully complete your objective, or die trying. So as a reminder, the sort of mechanical breakdown of these objectives is killing fulcrums, which, as I said, are sort of sub goals. And if we want to turn in this successfully completed contract to Sullivan, we're going to need 3 completed fulcrums. That'll give us 3 gains that we can exchange at the end of the session. And then we'll need 1 extra gain if we want to turn in that bounty to Eaglehawk.
Okay.
Cool.
So there's these example fulcrums on page 43, 44. When we start a contract, our squad will choose the first fulcrum that we want to kill. So we can choose from this list, which are loosely grouped into suggested progression sets, or we can define our own. So if we're stealing an item, then the suggested 3 fulcrums are: first, cause a distraction or find a path in; second, crack open a treasure chest or set up an item transport; and third, get out unseen or fight your way out. But we can use any fulcrum from this list at any time, and we can make up our own if we want to. But if it's okay with everybody else, I feel like to start off with, cause a distraction or find a path in
Yeah.
seems like a good one to start
Yeah.
us off.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
All right. Well then, there's no turn order, but I figure I'll do the first task just to sort of like walk through it because I've got the
Yeah.
most experience with the rules. So yeah. So this fulcrum, I don't know if somebody has like scratch paper that they want to keep our like squad progress on.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay,
Keegan,
sick.
excellent.
So the fulcrum starts with 20 points, and we have to get it down to 0 to move on to the next one. And then we have a progress track where we start at 0 and we can move down into negatives or up into positives on. And we'll talk about when we get to it what makes us move up or down. So we're going to reduce these fulcrums to 0 by taking tasks. A task is any kind of risky action that affects your enemies or surroundings in a way that helps you achieve the goal of your chosen fulcrum. When you describe an action as a task, you always achieve what you set out to do, and your damage is always dealt. You're capable mercenaries and have an acute sense of your own skills and limits. However, every task is risky, and you'll have to choose which of your assets you risk breaking. And then the last thing to orient us at the start of this contract would be on page 5758 is the Grendelbane Mill ladder. And we're starting at rung 6 of the ladder, and this is a table that will occasionally move up and down on after doing tasks. If we want to look at the motifs for this ladder to get us in the mood of the sort of creepy things we might find within these movie production facilities, we've got a head where dreams and memories are mined for media, a neck where vertebrae are plucked for charms, trinkets, and toys, a rib cage with which the eponymous mill grinds into fuel and feed, organs and blood which are processed into potions and tinctures, front claws which are fashioned into cursed armaments, back legs which are bound with warding magic to protect the facility, and a tail where meat is harvested for food production. So that is what we're dealing with there. And as for this ladder table, I don't think we have to activate this first rung until we've like moved back onto it. But that's just our starting point is rung 6 on here. So so yeah. And along with the ladder, when you move on the ladder, you move what are called rooms in the mission, and those can be buildings, areas, whatever. Sorry. Oh, that's a good point, Sammy. Sammy said on Discord, is there any content warnings we should mention before jumping in? That's a good catch because we forgot at the beginning last time. Yeah, so in general, we're going to be discussing graphic violence and injury. And to get into like what might be very specific triggers, in the front of the book I have written the choke carries content warnings for blood, meat, guns, knives, chemical and pathogenic weapons, other weapons, poisoning, suffocation, strangulation, immolation, electrocution, injury from machinery, lethal violence, grievous bodily harm, economic exploitation, surgery, body modification, mental illness, memory loss and modification, medical malpractice, drug use and abuse, and other potentially disturbing content. So, put that all out on the table. Yeah, so aside
just-
from that,
I'll just ask really quick because we ran through a bunch of stuff. Are we all cool with all of those things, or is there anything we want to avoid in today's session?
those are good.
I think we're good though.
I'm all good.
Mhm.
Okay, awesome.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna want to point to a spot on the map that we start at, and when we move on that ladder, we'll point that we're like moving to a different area on the map to go along with that. So I think. Oh, do you have a good idea for where we should start?
Yeah, in the exact bottom center of the map, there's a spot that says tour starts here.
Ooh, okay.
Amazing.
And I
All
like
right.
the idea that we're coming in vaguely as part of this tour.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect to me. So if our first fulcrum is cause a distraction or find a path in, let me see. And so I'm taking the first task to push us towards that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna look at the sets that I have. I think, you know what? I think that the like first, if we're going in like slightly quiet like this, I feel
Mhm.
like the first task should probably just be like looking around, like gathering like information about where things are, like noting the like tour map that we got and all that stuff. So I think this is like a really simple like one cost task, and I'm
Yeah.
not using any of my weapons to do this, so I'm just going to risk one of my meat, which means
Okay.
that we'll see if something pops off and I get injured just trying
Feel
to.
injured starting the tour, coming through the front door.
Yes,
Amazing.
exactly.
Perfect.
So my meat assets are all d4s, and when you risk an asset, you roll its die. So I've got a d4, and I rolled a 1 right off the bat.
You're kidding.
Yeah, so that so that means that I break that meat asset. So on my character sheet, I'm going to mark an X by one of my meat assets. I'm not going to break the one that has a pharmacon in it because obviously I want to save that for later. And then I will note down that since I just broke an asset, I can take 1 leverage or 1 loot. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 loot, which takes up 1 square in my inventory. So I will put a loot into my inventory. And I think what happens, let me see, how are we supposed to describe this? Yeah, describe how the asset was shattered, dropped, lost, stolen, jammed, emptied, or otherwise rendered useless by your task. And this is Vacancy's physical body has been partially injured. So I think what has to happen is that, like, you know, we're trying this thing where we're like going quiet. We're just gonna get in on the tour, but like the like intel's out there. Like we somebody found out that we're gonna be here. We did take that bounty with Eaglehawk, so we know someone else knows that we're like running this op today. So I think that we're like trying to go in quiet, and then like as I'm like trying to like point you guys to stuff on the map, and I'm like, okay, so like this might be a good place to do this. We just like don't realize that like the people that were on the tour have been like filtered off and away, and then like and then it's just like a gunshot rings out, and I get like through the shoulder, and we're just like immediately going hot here. Because I only did a 1 cost task, we moved down our project track from 0 to -1. If somebody wants keep track
I'm
of that.
on it.
Okay.
Progress track, -1. Run,
And
6.
I'm gonna say, so anytime you complete a task, you can choose whether we move on the ladder or not. And I think this seems like a good time to move on the ladder. So by the way, still dealt 5 damage to that
Right.
fulcrum. 5 is the base damage, and we're starting on rung 6, which has a +0 modifier. So 5 damage to the fulcrum, and then I'm gonna say that we'll move on the ladder, because the longer you stay in one place, the less damage you do going forward. And our situation seems to be changing. Um, so since we are in the negatives on our progress track, we're going to move down the ladder, and you move by the lowest value in any of your dice rolls for that task. So in this case, it was 1. So we move down 1 from rung 6 to rung 7. And rung 7 says threat. So we deploy a threat from Grendelbane Mill's threat list. Does somebody else want to choose what threat we run into right away?
Yes, I'm on this. I have it open still. Ooh, I like the idea that we immediately run into a poltergeist.
Okay.
Oh man.
I feel like it's probably Halloween themed at Grindelbane Mill right now.
So yeah, poltergeist, a violent and mischievous spirit animates your weapons. Overcome is 7, which means that we have to deal 7 damage to it to make it go away. And its effect is that you cannot risk your guns because they're being animated
Oh
by
no.
poltergeists.
Okay.
So you can still, so if you remember, your assets are broken into meat, guns, and paraphernalia. So we can still risk meat and paraphernalia, but not guns until we overcome this poltergeist. So who wants to take the next task?
Do pharmacons count as paraphernalia?
They kind of don't count as either. Are you asking because you have the pharmacon that gives you some extra assets?
I'm asking because my fists are assets, and I
You're
would like to
asking-
punch the ghost.
You're asking because your arms are meat.
Yeah,
Your
but-
arms are guns. There we go. Dang,
Let-
I was so close.
It's
Let
okay,
me
Keegan. We saw the
see.
vision.
Let me see how that is described.
My arms are meat is also a cool thing to say.
My arms are meat.
Okay, so that's steel tendons. Your fists are each a D4 asset that take up no space in your stash. Yeah, so that just says that they're an asset. It doesn't say they're a gun. So I don't think they count as a gun or paraphernalia. So yes, you can risk those.
I'm gonna try to punch the poltergeist.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, so since we just moved on the ladder, that means that you're going to deal 5 damage. And since we're facing a threat that has an overcome number, you can choose how much of that damage goes towards the threat and how much of it goes towards our goal of the fulcrum that we're still working towards.
Gonna go 4 for the ghost and 1 for the fulcrum. And
Okay.
I can't see the numbers on my dice.
Because you're wearing sunglasses.
Yep. Well, tragically, I took my sunglasses off and read the 1.
No.
No, we're
So
doing so badly,
We're
everyone.
good.
So I've already broken a fist, so we're off to a great start.
Yeah, this
And
is
are you just are you
not
taking that
good.
as a one cost task, just risking 1 fist?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so mark an X by your fist. And yeah, and tell us what how you injure your fist such that it is no longer a remarkable asset for you.
Well, you see, the thing about ghosts is they're intangible,
Yeah,
and my fists
sure.
are extremely tangible, like extra tangible,
Mhm.
really.
Sure.
And when I went to punch the ghost, I just went right through the ghost and punched the wall behind the ghost.
Of course.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The
a classic.
classic maneuver.
Yep, rookie mistake, really. Should have known better.
All right. And where do we want to say that so since we moved on the ladder before this turn, where do we want to say we are on this map?
Ooh,
Ooh.
right. I think we are. If the tour starts here, okay. So I could see that we're anywhere near the tour. Like I feel like we were on this little bus
Like,
thing.
yeah, the
this
little train.
So
I
maybe
kinda-
we have headed towards the world's largest soundstage. Very different words.
It's
There we
probably
go.
loudest too. Like if it's the largest, statistically speaking, it's probably the loudest too.
That's a pretty. I feel like that's a pretty good setting for ghosts to be firing our own guns at us in this like
Yes.
huge soundstage. And I just want to say, I just want to characterize that the loot that that Vacancy took on that last action, I think since like all the like tourists were like ushered out before things popped off, I think like Vacancy ended up like grabbing somebody's purse that they left on the thing
Amazing.
and just like throwing it in the pack as we start fighting. And Sammy, sorry, what was your character's name again?
M.
M.
Just EM. Yeah.
So yeah, M gets to take either one loot or one leverage for breaking one asset. So if you take one loot, you can fill a space in your stash with one loot. If you take a leverage, just note it somewhere, and that's used to change how which like rung you land on a ladder.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take a loot.
All right. So we still got the poltergeist with it has 3 overcome left, and we've got the fulcrum down to
15 out of 20.
What is it?
Is it 15 still?
Yeah.
I think it should be.
Initially.
I
Oh,
think
no,
it
it'll
should
be
be
14. Yeah.
because she said that M put 1 towards
14
the...
and
Oh.
3 is what I have.
Oh, okay. So you can split the.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm following.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I have a question because I
Yes.
want to do a weird thing. So one of my items is a baseball bat,
Mm-hmm.
also not technically a gun.
It is technically a gun.
Is it? Dang
unfortunately,
it. Okay, that's fine.
because you can load ammunition into it, so it has it's tagged as a gun.
That's totally fine. So I have the Pharmacon Sanguine, where I can do extra
Sure.
damage when I take a 3 cost task. So I feel like in my mind, Jace sees M try to punch this ghost and gets really like uppity and know it all and go, no, you do it like this, and like launches her full little body at the thing, just
We're
wailing.
gonna die.
Yeah, on DP.
And yeah, so we should note that on M's task, we went down the progress track 1 more for the 1 cost task, and then if you're doing a 3 cost task for this
Yeah.
next task, we move back up 1. So
Okay.
we are still at -1.
That's
on
what I would
the,
like to attempt
track.
to do, and I guess I'm risking Amit, which is a D4, right?
Well, so yeah, you're going to have to risk 3 assets total.
3 assets.
Um,
Okay. Yeah,
a 3
all
cost
3
task.
meet.
Yeah, so
100%.
but you do only have to risk them 1 at a time, because sometimes like when something breaks, it gives you a better effect for the next one or something.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do the first one, which was a 3. Oh, I'm
Nice.
scared.
Okay. Our first non-break.
Another 3. One more. Come on,
Nice.
baby. A 2.
Okay, so that's 1 break. So you get to take 1 loot or 1 leverage.
Okay.
And yeah, so tell us how you got hurt, but you do deal an extra 2 damage. So we are at 4 damage now because we've been in this room for an extra turn. So that gets bumped up to 6 damage.
Okay.
And how are you splitting that damage between the poltergeists and the fulcrum?
I want to finish taking out the poltergeist. So 3 and then 3 to the fulcrum.
Okay,
And I
nice.
feel like yeah, and I feel like what it looks like is literally Jace just flings herself at this thing. And as she does, like, she again passes through it because it's intangible, but she hits something in the soundstage, like, that's got a bucket of holy water on it that just dumps down and like on the guns and like frees them from the possession. But I do actually just slam into something and get real hurt.
I love that. That's so good. Yeah, so all the guns like drop to the floor, you know, we like scramble to pick up our guns.
Exactly.
Okay. How much so how many points does the fulcrum have left to take out this
11.
11. Okay. And Jace, do you want to move rooms to reset our damage bonus, or do you want to keep keep in this room.
I feel like if we leave the room at this point, is there like a con to that? Because I feel like getting that damage back is better.
We are in the negatives on our progress track, so we would move down the ladder if we move.
Oh, okay.
Which is bad.
Yeah, no, let's stay put then. Let's stay put. I think
okay.
we can figure out other ways to deal damage. I think we'll be okay.
Real fast,
Okay.
will you remind me where the progress ladder is?
Page
Progress track.
57, 58. Oh wait, no. The progress track, I didn't put it on the character sheet because it's like a shared thing. So like
Yeah.
it's just supposed to be like you just like take a note where you're at from like -10 to +10. You just like
Okay.
make
Cool.
marks up and down.
Great. Okay. In that case, I will get moving. So we still have the fulcrum of finding a way in, and we're
Yep.
here standing in a soundstage.
Mm-hmm.
And
And we've just killed a poltergeist.
we've just killed a poltergeist. Oh, is killing a poltergeist like killing a person? Does that enter Sarah's inventory?
No, because I don't. I mean, it's up to opinion. I think whether and interpretation whether a poltergeist is a person.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a person. I think it's like I think it's like a spirit of like emotion, not like a person, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's perfect.
but if we do characterize it as a person, then it would count as murder, I suppose.
Sarah, we'll leave this to you. What is your opinion? Is a spirit a person or no?
Man, I'm gonna say that this is not a person, it's a phenomenon.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think it's an element of malediction in this case.
Yeah.
Twitch lets you do polls, so you can ask the chat.
Twitch.
Oh shit.
Our
What do
ghost
you
people.
think?
I don't know how to do one. Don't say that.
And I guess, yeah, remember that, you know, when you do murder, it does the bad thing to your inventory, but you get paid way more at the end. So
When you do murder, it does the bad thing to your inventory. This game's everything.
And if you look at the other threats on Grindlebane Mill, there is one that every time you deal damage to it, you mark dead weight as if you had killed a person. Because it's little babies that come out of the beast corpse.
That's so bad.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Not run into that. No.
Well, we've marked poltergeist off the list, so if we hit a threat again, we have to choose that one or the other one.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. Let's just not run into more threats. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I say as
We're doing so good so far.
we have to find a way in. We're standing in a soundstage. I have on me a disguise.
Sick. Okay.
I'm gonna take
Very
a
good.
2 like level 2 task. I am
Okay.
not great with remembering what they're called.
Yeah, 2 costs, so that means that we'll stay where we are on the progress track. We won't go up or down because it's like neutral risk.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pull on my disguise. I'm gonna pull out my blueprints, and I'm just gonna continue the tour like I'm in charge now.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're just instating a new tour. We're just going back quiet.
Yeah. They'll
Okay,
just be
that's
like,
sick.
Can you
"Oh,
tell
this
me
is-
what
yeah,
this octopus person puts on as a disguise?
Yeah, so it's Halloween. So it's
Is
a
it
it's
just
a
Groucho?
Halloween costume,
Oh, amazing.
but it's based on a Grindlebane Mill character, which I believe
Ooh.
is shit. What's an animal that starts with G?
A giraffe.
Nope.
My first thought was
Giraffe.
Griffin.
Ooh, Griffin's really good though, and I see the Crusaders Tower here, so I'm gonna go with Griffin.
Okay.
It's Grindel the Griffin. So I have like a beak on my weird octopus face, and then I've like stuck feathers in like a hat, and yeah, I'm just Griffin now.
I'm just a griffin.
Don't octopuses have beaks?
They
Yes,
do.
but this is a griffin beak on top of my octopus beak.
Nice. Yeah. So that'll deal 3 damage to the fulcrum because we've been in this room for a couple turns now.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and roll for those. My disguise is a D8, so
Nice. All right, let's see that.
I rolled a 7, so we're good this
Perfect.
turn. And then the blueprints, I rolled a 3 on, so I passed both my rolls.
All right,
Won't break
perfect.
shit. So I do 3 more damage to the fulcrum.
What does that put us at?
8 out of 20.
Okay, cool. And then do you want to move to a new room to reset our damage?
Yeah, I'm gonna take us to a new room. Now that I'm the tour guide, I'm like, okay, and if you just follow me, keep following me. Here's the MCA tower.
All right. And so what was the lowest thing that you rolled on that task?
3.
Okay. So we're still in the negatives of our progress track, so we're going to move down 3 on the ladder. So we move from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. Okay.
No, I don't
So
want to.
so on rung 10, we have a -2 modifier to damage, but that's still better than if we had stayed and had a -3 modifier. And the acting knight replaces 1 unbroken asset with 1 of equal die size from a squad mate's catalog. This asset
Oh,
breaks at the
cool.
end of the contract.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's just like a weird magical effect. So yeah, what's that gonna be?
I am going to take a second and look at
Okay.
what is available to me. Because I would like to turn a dumb asset into a different dumb asset, you feel? Do I have to redo the Tetris to make it fit as well, or do we just assume it's the same size?
I think you do have to redo it.
Okay, cool. Now I'm like, shit, what fits?
Right. Do
Um,
you want to take a second and sort it out, and then we can kind of move on with like the turn stuff?
yeah, no, I know what it is
Just buy some
already.
time. Oh, awesome.
We see my dagger disappears, and I instead get dually pistols.
Oh, sick. Okay, nice.
Amazing.
And I'll redo my little sheet over here while we keep moving forward.
Nice. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can Sammy, you got this or no?
Go ahead if you have
Okay.
some.
Yeah, so Jace sees sees Pivo kind of like put on their little costume and go about their way. And she's hurt, I think, and like, oh, we're doing Halloween, and it's just gonna grab a sheet like off of wherever is nearest to her as she's following and just kind of drape it over and kind of try to bump and feel her way behind, disguising herself as a ghost.
All right.
And is just gonna try and follow that to like make it so we're sneaky, I guess.
I'm so sorry. You said you're just grabbing something. This is fully like a sheet you pulled off the
Yeah.
poltergeist as you killed it.
Not even the poltergeist. Like I feel like it's like a drop cloth, like on the soundstage somewhere that's already got paint on it. Like it might have been used like many times, so it's just encrusted with paint. But like I don't know, maybe this ghost was into art at some point. Jace, I don't know. And so I've got this over me. And I'm gonna try, I guess, like I feel like I want to have my shotgun out, I guess, underneath the sheet, and I'll like bump into M and just whisper, "If anything comes, just let me know so I can blast it."
Okay, nice. So what cost are you taking on between 1 and 3?
Oh man, I feel like
Your body. Break your body.
I already broke my body once.
Destroy yourself.
I feel like I want to do like a 2 or 3. I don't know. Like I'm scared. I'm gonna do 2 because I did 3 last time and it was scary.
Okay. And so it sounds like you're risking your shotgun.
Yes. So I rolled twice with that, yeah?
No, you can't risk the same asset twice. You have to choose your
Gotcha.
shotgun and then something else, but you do them one at a time.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna risk let me read because there was something special about this, but I think it's when it becomes a sawed off that it is more special.
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
if it breaks, it becomes a new gun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna risk my double barrel, and then I'll risk my baseball bat as well. Because I feel
Okay.
like she's got her shotgun and then the baseball bat's
Gun
her
in one
go-to.
hand, baseball bat.
In another, underneath a painted drop cloth. Okay, so the
Yeah.
shotgun first is a 6. And the baseball bat is a 2. Bummer.
All right. Well, that's not too bad. So yeah, what happens? How do you lose the baseball bat?
I legitimately trip and fall on it and break it in half.
Oh no.
My foot catches on the sheet, and as I'm telling M, like, let me know, I'm super capable. I just eat shit, and you hear this really sick crack sound, and you think for a second maybe Jace has broke her spine. No, it was her
Oh my
baseball bat.
God.
Oh, my leg.
And as like we pull off the sheet and you'll see Jace holding the 2 parts of the bat, she'll just look up and go, "Not like this, not like this."
So that is 3 damage to the fulcrum, because of the modifier on the rung we're on. And do you want to move rooms?
Uh, crap. I think if we're like sneaking around, yeah, I think we've got to move at some point, right? Or is that gonna be really bad for us?
Well, we'll still be moving down. Okay, so I believe the lowest roll you rolled in that was a 2. You
Yeah.
probably don't want to move rooms because that would
Let's
move us to the TPK rung.
not move.
But you did just break an asset. So you can take a loot or a leverage, and if you take a leverage, you can fudge our movement by 1.
Ooh, yeah, I want to take a leverage for sure. I still
Okay.
don't want to move though.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yeah, so what is the where were we heading when we moved? Because Pivo did move, right?
Yeah. Pivo
So
moved.
where were we heading from the soundstage?
We were heading to the tower.
Right. Crusades Tower.
No, the MCA tower.
Oh
Top
no, the
left corner.
MCA Tower. Okay. Oh yeah, you did say that, right? You mentioned the Crusades Tower because it was the thematic to the Griffin. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the MCA Tower. Okay. Yeah. So I'm imagining, since we're in the like finding a way in, that
Mhm.
this seems like a strong candidate for where we might find the internal communique we're looking for.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. And what is the fulcrum at now?
I
The
think it's
fulcrum is now
5.
at 5.
Okay. Um I think I would like to take a task.
Please.
I think that as some of the others, as you guys are like trying to disguise a little bit, I think Vacancy just sort of like puts up the hood on his hoodie and like draws it in a little bit. It still has like a rat nose sticking out of it, you know.
Mhm.
But is just sort of like trying to like look for an opportunity to break out of this, because it doesn't seem like going stealthy is working super great for us. So I want to say, okay, I'm going to. I think we get to an elevator in the MCA
Mhm.
tower. We don't know exactly what floor we need to get to because we're still working on getting getting in. So we like just go up a floor and we come out of this elevator, and I think there's a Grendelbane knight waiting for us, or maybe a pair of Grendelbane knights waiting for us, and they've sort of got like cover behind whatever like desks or cabinets are like in this room. Um, but I think this is like a combat scenario. So I think Vacancy like jumps out of the elevator first. I'm going to take a 3-cost task to get us back up to 0 on the progress track.
That's smart.
So Vacancy is going to first go in with his bat and just like try to like crack one of these guys, make them drop their weapon, the one that's like closest to the elevator. I'm gonna roll a d4. That's a 1. Okay, so
Oh no.
so Syl does it. So like knocks it out of their hand. But then the person's like other arm comes around and like grabs the bat and like wrenches it out of Syl's hand and is now like wielding it defensively. So Vacancy pulls out his SMG.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to kill this guy. So I'm going to roll the SMG. Got a 3 plus a choke die, because when you kill somebody, you gain and immediately roll a choke die. And the choke die rolled a 2, so the SMG will break.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah. But yeah, so I just, this guy's trying to be defensive with the bat. I pull out the SMG. He's like getting like way in my space, like pushing my arms away so I can't like aim at him, and I'm just like letting bullets like fly into the ceiling.
Amazing.
And then I get it down and like rip into this guy, and then I'm out of ammo, and I like toss the empty clip on the ground, put the empty gun into my backpack, and I erase half of its spots in my inventory, and that is perfect because it was taking up spots that I need for killing this guy.
Rip.
So I will place a dead space because I have Grendelbane situated up in the same corner of my grid that I had that SMG. It works out perfectly to put the dead space there.
Oh, nice.
So there that goes. And then I still need one more risk for the 3 costs. So I think I'm just gonna risk meat to like I think the other guy is trying to like take aim at me, and I'm just trying to like leap behind something.
Good luck.
And that's a 3.
Ugh.
I was positive
all
you're
right.
gonna fail all your rolls. I'm so sorry. I had no faith.
So yeah, so did all that. I gotta erase half the spaces from the bat too. And that is 3 damage to the fulcrum. And I'm going to say that we need to move rooms because this. Oh wait, I don't have any. Oh wait, I just broke 2 things. I'm gonna take 2 leverage, but we're at 0 on the progress track, so I still. I guess okay. So when you're at 0 on the progress track and you move rooms, it's just supposed to oh wait, that actually only did 2 damage to the fulcrum because we had been in the same room, so that's a penalty on top of the rungs penalty. So yeah, so I will move rooms, but we're going to end up on we're going to activate the same rung again because we're at 0 on the progress track. So that means that I am going to replace 1 unbroken asset with 1 of equal die size from a squad mate's catalog.
Nice.
I'm going to replace. Let me see. What do I have room for?
This feels very much like picking up new loot in a game. Like,
Yeah.
while you're running, like, ah, shit, new gun.
Throw it.
Gotta look at y'all's catalog briefly.
Yeah.
Man, I really did not leave myself much space here.
It's hard. It's tricksy. You want to load up and be the very best that no one ever was, but it's sketch.
I left
think-
like fully a quarter of my stash empty for the sole purpose of committing murder.
Of death.
Okay, I've got space to get rid of my repeating rifle and replace it with a sniper rifle.
Nice.
Sniper rifle's a good choice.
I just had to put the sniper rifle in upside down, but that works.
That's how the cool kids shoot it.
hmm
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Gosh dang it, Keegan.
All right. So does that what is the fulcrum at now?
3.
The fulcrum is at 3.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And I think
So-
Sammy, we've got a Sammy opportunity here to bring us
Yeah,
home.
the next task should do it.
Yeah, so since we're moving rooms, I'm figuring M is just breaking things on the way. One of my assets is a door jammer, which I'm not familiar with that exact phrase, but what I'm picturing is one of those giant steel cylinders with the handles on it.
Oh, okay.
So M is just smashing in office doors as we move to the next rooms.
Sick. All right.
Where is the next room? Where are we moving?
Ooh, good question.
Is this, do we want this still be inside this MCA tower since it's like it seems like a big
Yeah, it could be a different
thing.
room in the same
Mhm.
location.
Yeah, I was
But
thinking
it-
room was like a metaphorical game
Yeah,
term,
yeah.
not a literal
It
room.
it can be both, yeah. It's like it's a little bit broader than a literal room, yeah. But yeah, if this is going to be the final task to take out the fulcrum, this could be us finding the room where the documents we're looking for are kept.
Mhm.
Yeah. So how much cost are you taking on?
2.
Okay.
could risk my door jammer and a meat
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I have a lot of meat.
Go for it.
So that's a 3 on the dice. I changed dice and I can read these ones.
Nice.
So the cool thing about door jammer is when you risk this asset, deal additional damage equal to the result of the roll.
Okay. Sick.
Ooh.
Perfect.
So
And
that was a
then-
roll of 3.
And now still got to roll for my meat too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is going so terribly.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I broke another meat.
Ooh.
Well, not another meat. This is the first meat I've broken, but this is the second thing. I guess depending on it, technically my fists are pharmacons, but I broke a lot of meat today.
Pharmacons are in your meat. Yeah.
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 I've never said meat as much as I have today.
Oh wait, hold up. Sorry.
Oh.
I just realized that one of my pharmacons should have procced before. This doesn't really change anything. It's just we should actually be in the positive on the progress track.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that should bring us up to
A 1 at least.
yeah, and we should be at 1, and that should also mean that we should have moved up to rung 9. So the damage modifier is only -1 instead of -2.
Nice.
So we've got a decent amount of damage to like roll over to our next fulcrum. But rung 9 does say exploding sacks. The next time anyone breaks a gun, one of their squad mates risks 1 meat.
Oh no.
Luckily,
So
no guns broke.
no guns have been broken yet.
Just
But
gun-
Yet.
I'm so strong. It looks great when I do that.
Yes.
so yeah, so I think that's this fulcrum done, and then we have
Awesome.
4 damage to roll over to the next one.
So
Nice.
it does 5 damage, but -1
-1.
plus 3.
Yeah.
So 7. Yeah, we'll have 4 damage to roll over.
Should be +6 because the door jammer does double damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, we have 6 damage rolling over. What is Fulcrum 2, everyone?
Good question.
Let's
Let me-
see.
Oh wait, no, that was when I said it the first time, that was already counting the additional damage from the door jammer.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Yeah.
Cool. So still
math
4
it-
damage rolling
Yeah,
over.
math is not
Yes.
my strong suit.
No, you're
worries.
good. It was just that, yeah. When you said it, I was like, okay, that's 3.
I mean, I feel
Okay.
like the crack open a treasure chest, or set up like we've infiltrated this office building to get this
Oh yeah, now we have to
information.
break to a strong file cabinet.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense to me.
Yeah. When I wrote this, I definitely intended treasure chests to be like metaphorical. Like that could be, it
Yeah.
could be a treasure chest, it could be a safe, it could be a computer console that needs
Mhm.
hacking. So what do we think that looks like here?
I think it's a filing cabinet.
Like just a
Okay.
It's like
regular.
a really strong filing
Mhm.
cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more than just a strong filing cabinet. I think there's a bunch of them and we don't know which cabinet it is.
Oh, I love it. Like
specifically in.
Okay.
like
Okay.
So the challenge isn't just opening the cabinet, it's finding the right one to open.
I think it's like M like pushes open a door and like
Rose.
and it's just it like does that like the lights flick on and it's like it's just like rows and rows of filing cabinets and it's like as like chaos is happening behind us because we've totally been made. It's like ah shit.
But we
So
do also have some
here's the
weird
filing
like
cabinet room on our tour. Oh fuck. I fully believe I'm still trying to make this tour work.
but we do also have some like fucked up like horror game shit going on here, because since we're on the exploding sacks, that just
Yeah.
means that like throughout this room there's like weird like fleshy
Yeah,
growths
like
coming out from some of the
undulating
walls and
things. Yeah.
cabinets. Yeah.
Mhm. I love
There's some
before.
cabinets and they just have like cysts around them.
Oh, so
Yeah.
disgusting.
Our
Before.
exploding stacks. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Go. No, tell your
Wait.
joke because I can tell it's great.
Our exploding sacks filed under exploding sacks or sacks, exploding.
Ooh, I
it.
feel like it's the latter. I feel like it's the
Yeah,
That does
latter.
seem to make sense. Although if you
Well,
think
because then they're categorized with sacks, oozing.
Yes.
yeah. Although in
Sex,
this
comma,
game,
sentient.
in this game, every corporation has a different exploding barrel thing on their
Oh,
ladder.
nice.
So it might get filed under exploding sacks, because then it gets paired with the like exploding barrel,
Oh.
exploding crate, whatever.
It could do.
Here's the answer to the question: is that this is a room with enough filing cabinets that it's actually just double filed. It's
Okay,
under
yeah.
sacks, comma exploding, as well as exploding, comma
There we go.
sacks.
I'm
Okay.
going to suggest before we jump into this second fulcrum, though, that we take a quick little break. We've been streaming about an hour. That way
Yeah.
we can refresh our water and everything. So just a quick reminder to chat as we're stepping away. We are giving away a copy of Choke for folks within the US. If you want to enter in to win that copy, go ahead and just type Choke in all capital letters in the chat. We're keeping an eye on that and including all submissions. And Keegan's gonna figure that out.
Currently, we have one whole entry.
Oh, so odds
you
are
know,
pretty
Your
good.
chances are really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your chances have literally never been better.
Awesome. So we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Thanks, everybody. Every time,
We're back.
there it is.
I realized what happened and just edited and did it again.
I know you're very. I love that we're learning. I love that it's like Sarah's not quick enough to actually transition us back in a way that makes any sense.
Well, see, you unmute yourself first, so you can say, and we're back. But
Yeah.
I like to yell it, even though I'm not controlling the stream.
Yeah, it makes me very happy when you do it, though. Not gonna lie. But we're back, and we're playing Choke. We have successfully, at great cost, taken out the first fulcrum. We are moving on to the next, which is just a very difficult to find filing cabinet, as established, is canon.
With a lock on it.
It has a lock on it, yes.
And
This
we
is
have
true.
to be careful not to pop the explosive pustules in the room.
Yeah, because that's disgusting. So yeah, we're faced with this next fulcrum. With the damage on it is we carried 4 damage over, right?
So it's got
So it's a
16.
16.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I
I have not gone into it, so I'm going to go this.
do it. Do it. I'm highly supportive.
Cool. So we are looking for the right filing cabinet here. And I'm looking over my things, and I don't think anyone's gonna help. See, this was a great plan going in, and then I went to go actually think about it. Oh, perfect. So I'm going to use my meat. So I'm gonna do a three-piece task here, or
All right.
3 costs.
3 cost. There we go. And I'm
Yeah.
going to use my Pharmacon See in Darkness. When you risk this meat, you can risk any other assets on the same task, regardless of explanation. So I'm not going to explain how this works, but I'm going to risk
Because it's in the
my-
dark, so we don't see what happens on screen.
Yeah. So all the lights flicker back off for a second. Keegan yells, "I have dark vision." And then I'm going to risk my dualies twice because their ability says you can risk them twice towards any task bigger than a 2.
Very good.
Yeah, can only be risked on 2 cost or higher task. It must be rolled twice, counting twice towards the cost. It doesn't break unless you roll at least 2 breaks against it for the task, including from choke dice.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna just, wildly string together abilities here. So I'm gonna roll my meat first, and I rolled a 1.
No.
Goodbye, dark vision.
Goodbye, dark vision. And then I rolled a 3, and I rolled another 1, but it doesn't break because I have to break with both of them.
Yeah,
So I start
amazing.
with dualies. But the lights flicker. It goes very dark. You all see some gunshots. The lights come back on. I'm missing my left eye. There's
Oh
just,
my
like, eye patch.
god.
There's a lot of blood, and and I'm like, so it wasn't that one.
Should have worn eye protection.
I'll think about that next time.
This is very good. I feel like the thing that I would like to do is going to follow right after that.
Real fast.
Right
So we're on
before,
rung 9 still, right?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that we note Keegan gets to take 1 loot or 1 leverage for losing an eye. Our progress track goes up to +2.
Yes.
And yeah, we're on rung 9. And this is the second task there.
Yeah.
So that's 3 damage to the fulcrum.
Great. So we're at 13 out of 20. And then I can choose if we're moving.
Yes, you
rooms,
get to choose if we're
correct?
moving. And we would be moving up the ladder now because we're at
I was like,
+2.
we'd be moving up the ladder, so I feel like I want to. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move us up the ladder. I think after the lights flick back on, all of the the filing cabinets on this floor mysteriously open. And it's like, so it's none of these, but maybe over there somewhere.
All right.
Motioning vaguely off screen and out of the MCA tower. And I think there's a good chance this is actually being held. Just because I want to get to the other side of this map really bad.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff over
There's a
there.
lot of really fun stuff over there. So I think there's a good chance it's being filmed. It's being held in the special effects Film It Yourself Center. So I'm going to redon my tour guide outfit and be like, I think we're just in the wrong building altogether. We gotta go.
I love it's like it does like the old school Batman like where like the screen like spins and then it comes back in and you've got your costume on but it's just bloody like soaked through the one eye and you're like, and here we have
I have a cardboard beak on top of my real beak and just half of it's covered in blood.
it's just like the stain is just slowly spreading out from your little
I
eye.
have a pirate eye patch on now. I've switched eye patches between scenes.
So your lowest die roll in that was a one, I think.
Yep.
So we would move up to rung 8, and then if you have any leverage, you could push us further up if you wanted to spend that leverage.
Yeah, I just got a leverage. I think we should just move to rung 8 though, because either way we potentially have a threat here.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move to rung 8. There's no longer a modifier on damage.
Sick.
I still have my leverage, but good to go otherwise.
Okay. And the fulcrum has 13.
Yep, 13 out of 20.
Okay. And then Jace was gonna do a task.
Yeah, I feel like as we move, and thinking what Pivo did was pretty neat. Like watching of just like going in the room with screaming, I can see in the dark, and then like stuff happening. Jace is gonna run into the room, just scream, I can fly, and then is just gonna start unloading, like trying to I want to just shooting everything to try and see what will pop open and if the item that we're looking for is there. So I want to take on a cost 3 task. So my Pharmacon will kick.
I love the fiction that we're very capable mercenaries, and I was like, I'm going to shoot open every filing cabinet, and you're like, I got this, I can fly, and I'm just going to shoot things randomly
seemingly
in the special effects Film It Yourself Center.
Seemingly, what you said caused things to happen, and it didn't make any sense to Jace. So we're just, what if I can fly now? That'd be sick. I'm going for it. So when I take the 3 cost task, I deal an extra 2 damage. So I'm gonna risk my submachine gun, my repeating rifle, which has lacerating bullets in it. And those lacerating bullets, if I have the sanguine utility active, which I do, I deal 1 damage on tasks where I risk that gun and gain an extra leverage when it breaks. And I'll risk my double barrel as well.
Sick. Okay, yeah, so roll those one at a time.
Okay, so submachine gun first. That's a 3. The
Perfect.
repeating rifle, I don't want it to break, is a 4. Woohoo!
Perfect.
And then my D8 is a 3. Ooh, scary.
All right, perfect.
Nothing breaks.
That's real scary.
So yeah, so you're dealing 5 damage plus 3 total extra damage?
Yeah, that's my
Okay,
understanding.
shit. Yeah, so
We are down
8
to 5
damage. And our progress track is now at +3. So if anybody needs to take any 1 cost tasks now, we'll still be doing okay. Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll do a task. Just nice. Oh, am I Did I get?
You were a
did
little
I drop?
jittery. You're a little jittery, but you're still here.
Okay, cool. Let me see.
Oh yes, Aaron, you didn't move us, so we're still in the special effect film yourself center, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I think what this is I shoot a bunch of stuff. Like what that looks like is I just like unload and maybe like take out like some different items and some like bots go off and everything. And then I look down at myself and go, and then look at Pivo as if Pivo has lied to me and go, what did I do
Evo's
wrong?
over at a computer in the film yourself center, and I'm adding boom and bang effects to your guns every time.
Oh, sick.
And you look
Yeah.
so
Amazing.
cool right now.
Okay, and I look like I wasn't flying though, and then like I like accidentally
It cuts to it, and you were in front of a green screen, and there's clouds moving in the background behind you. And I'm like, no, it worked perfectly.
I think that Vacancy is going to walk over to that same computer console, and like on the side of it, there's like a restricted computer that might have access to the like intranet.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna take my dual pistols, and just like shoot into the little like keypad apparatus
Give up your
to-
secrets.
to presumably unlock it.
Hacking.
So it has
Yeah.
to be at least a cost 2 because they were using duels.
Yeah, I'm taking cost 2, and I'm gonna roll this d4 twice. First
Don't
one,
fail it
a
twice.
1, but we might be okay.
You might be fine. You might not be.
A 3.
Oh, thank
So
goodness.
yeah, we're good. They don't break. And yeah, I think the computer screen goes like like credentials accepted.
It says welcome, Mr. Grindelbane.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This is in
And
fact how he always logs into his computer.
Just shoots
And
it.
so that's 4 damage.
Yep, so we're at 1 left on the fulcrum.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I'll stay in this room then, since we only have 1 left.
Bring
That's
us
smart.
home. Bring us home, Em.
Oh, shoot. I'll think of something. Give me a sec.
Yeah,
You're
no
good.
worries. I like the mental image of me sitting in it and being like logged into the computer next to you while you're firing all these bullets. And being like, I will help you in 1 second. I need to finish this green screen processing.
It's critically important. Actually, I think just by taking a one risk maneuver, I can help Jace's I'm flying narrative by simply lifting
Yes.
them.
Amazing. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, trust me, it'll look great on the green screen.
This is very good.
perfect. I like the idea that we're going to solve this by we're just going to lift you and you're going to see it on top of something.
Like 100%. Like I was like shooting wildly and like a secret panel opened up in the ceiling. Like
Yeah. Like it's literally somebody shoved like a dusty box in the attic.
Yes.
Like this is not for public eyes.
there
So
was like a little mobile, like some kind of like hanging set piece from a tile, and when I shot it, it
Mhm.
like sagged and pulled this down. And so there's just this like really dusty, and there's like a packet of like love letters as well. Like clearly this was like a stash of some great importance.
Mhm. Yeah, and this will
Yes.
definitely help you. Yeah, this will work. Trust me.
Yes,
But for
this
the
is very
secondary-
good.
It's a stretch, but I'm gonna risk my fist for this because I'm.
Yeah.
What is a fist if not a closed hand for lifting?
It makes
What is
sense
a
to me.
fist if not a closed hand for lifting?
Yes.
So I dropped 2 of my D4s at my feet, and I'm scared. And the only other D4 I had, I can't read. Hang on. Thank God, that's 3.
Ooh.
Sick. Okay. Yeah. So that's what is that? 3 damage?
Yeah,
Yep.
so 2 will carry over, right?
Yeah. And then that was a 1 cost task, but were we at +3 on our progress
We were at
track?
+3, so we're at +2
Okay.
now.
+2. Okay. And then do you want to move, M?
With box in hand and computers hacked, I think it is advisable to move.
I
Okay.
picture like you lift Jace up and she snatches this thing and like holds it out to you, and then you just turn around with like Jace under one arm and like the letters in the
box
other.
under another.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you rolled a 3, is that right?
Mhm.
So that would put us up to 1, 2, 3, rung 5. But you can, if you have any leverage that you want to adjust 1 for 1 to a different rung.
I don't believe I have any leverage.
Okay. All right, then we're at rung 5, so we get to deploy another threat at the same time that we're picking our potentially last fulcrum. Although remember that we can take on an extra fulcrum for that Eaglehawk bounty that we have. So
Yeah.
do we want to move to like get out on scene or fight your way out, or do we want to take one more fulcrum that's like our bounty fulcrum before we do that?
Ooh.
I like the idea that the thing Eaglehawk really wants us to do is fuck some people up
Okay.
while we're
Yeah.
here.
Yep. I have
Which
so much
should
room
be
for
good
murder.
because we also have to spawn a bad guy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So
we
is
want to
it
take
there's that
Because we're on
one
rung 5 now, right?
fight off defensive waves or break down the big door, or
Ooh, I like fight off defensive waves.
yeah,
I feel
that's
like
kind of what
that's
I
a very-
picture.
so I can imagine that, like, you guys get the box and then vacancy is over at that computer terminal that like just logged in and it's like booting up like it's like an old computer. I was trying to say like a decade, but then I realized I don't actually know what computers were like in different decades. But you can like see on it like opens the like security thing and you can see that like shit's coming and it's like okay. We might have some company here.
It's one of those video game classics where you have to like defend a computer against waves of enemies.
Yeah. So we get to choose if we want to deploy Beast's Memory or Beast's Spawn.
Quick, Sammy, which sounds cooler?
I-
Memory or Spawn? Just off the top of your head.
Look, I don't want to punch a baby on stream, so I gotta say Beast Memory.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So Beast Memory, you lose yourself in this time. Overcome 10. Every time you change rooms, the acting knight rewrites one of their hearts.
Oh no.
I have so many regrets.
Yeah, so yeah, we literally probably from like accessing this like computer terminal, they've probably got like some of the beasts like cursed memories like as data,
Mhm.
but like it comes out as like a malediction, and now we're suddenly moving through like places that we weren't before and stuff, and who we are and our
And we're in
memories
the
are being
special effects
altered.
room too, so it's like picking up and
Oh,
like utilizing all
yes.
of those. Like it's almost like it like goes weird Tron like around us. It just like goes all black with like neon lines, and then we each see like a weird apparition like boot up and like waver
Yes.
out and say some horrifyingly threatening sentence.
Okay. So yeah, we've got 18 points on the fulcrum and ready to take the first task against it.
All right. I know we said we're ready to take the first task against it, but I'm looking at this beast's memory, and I'm
Mhm.
actually ready to take my first task against it.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to risk 2. I'm gonna potentially break my dualies here. I'm gonna risk 2 and use my dualies, and I'm just gonna start shooting at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
What is it that Pivo sees that
Ooh.
they're shooting at?
Yeah, I think we see I think we see like as the soundstage and stuff around us is changing. The green screen briefly becomes like a blue ocean, and we see like a bunch of ocean predators. There's like a shark and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, fuck this! I'm just gonna fire directly at what looks like a shark, but is just a green screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
And so yeah, this is gonna deal six damage because we're up in the good rungs where we get bonus damage.
Hell yeah! So that's 4 on the first dice and a 4 on the second dice.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
yeah.
where are you allocating that damage? Is it all going towards the beast memory?
Oh, it's all going towards the beast. Actually, I'm gonna put 5 of it at the beast memory. I'm gonna throw 1 of it at fighting off defensive waves because I want to believe what happens here is I'm blindly firing at a green screen,
Yeah.
and there's like a dude running behind it, just my leg.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. And do we move rooms?
Ooh, if we move rooms, the beast is going to eat some of my memories, which is very cool. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and move rooms. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Sick. Yeah. Where are we
my
going?
lowest-
And then tell us about the heart that you're rewriting.
Yeah, my lowest roll was a 4. I rolled
Oh,
2
sick. Okay.
back-to-back
Yeah.
4s. So this should bring us to, I believe, rung 1, correct?
Yep.
Ooh.
Top of the table.
yeah,
So one
and-
knight restores 1 broken meat.
Yeah,
Who wants to
I
take that?
I only have
don't
1
have a
broken
meat
meat.
without a pharmacon. So it because it restores 1 broken meat without a pharmacon.
It's just that like if it had a pharmacon when it broke, it doesn't have the pharmacon when it comes back. That's what I
Gotcha.
mean by without pharmacon.
I only
Cool.
have 1 broken meat, so I feel like I'm okay.
Same.
Cool.
Yeah, same.
Does anyone have 2 broken meat?
No. Well, I moved us, so I'm going to heal it.
There
Okay.
you go.
That seems
sick.
fair.
Yeah.
So we're running and gunning, and we're heading towards prop storage as we as we run away. And the heart I'm overwriting is oh no. Oh, actually, I have one that's perfect, and I have a memory of hanging out at the aquarium. It's one of my biggest memories, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
But I just described firing at the shark, and I think the camera cuts to inside Pivo's head where we see the memory of this aquarium sort of souring.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm just
Alright.
gonna rename this fucked up memory.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so 5 overcome left on the beast memory and 17 left on the fulcrum, is that right?
And 17 left on the fulcrum. That's right.
Alright.
And because we're at rung 1, anyone who deals who does anything gets a +3 to it now, which is killer.
Okay, I want to do pretty much like the same thing I did last time. So I want to do a cost 3. I want to risk the same weapons, do all of that stuff. But what I want it to flavor as is like as I'm being held under M's arm and we're running, I just want to look up at M and just say, I want to fly. and like have M toss me into the air so I can just like rain down bullets.
Are we getting a
hell
fastball
yes.
special? Hell yeah.
That's how you know it's a tabletop role-playing game.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
do.
just a fastball
Tabletop
special.
role-playing game when somebody gets thrown as part of an attack.
Correct.
So there's a Nerf product you can get that is just a ball that has Nerf darts all the way around it. And when you throw it up, it just Nerf darts.
Exactly.
everywhere.
100%.
It's
I like-
this, except bullets, not Nerf darts.
You
Extremely
like
lethal.
you like cheerleader toss me in the air so I'm like spinning, like pulling out different guns. So we're gonna start with the submachine gun. That's a 2. It breaks. It's fine. Everything's fine. My repeating rifle. It was a 3. So that one's safe. And my double barrel
I have so much faith in you.
is a 3. Oh my gosh, that's a D8.
Sick.
Ooh, I'm scared.
All right.
Okay.
So
I
you broke 1, so you get 1 loot or 1 leverage.
I haven't taken a loot yet. I'm gonna take a loot.
All right, sick. What do you pick up? And I guess also like if you want to describe what and tell us how you're allocating the
Yeah.
damage and all that. Yeah.
So how much damage total? So it would be 5 plus the 3, right?
Mhm.
Plus an
Mhm.
additional 3 from my sanguine and my lacerating bullets.
Yes.
So that's
11 total.
11. I want to finish off the beast's memory. Like, I almost feel like this happens as like the beast kind of like focuses in on Jace and like tries to start like to change and like morph the scene around us. It doesn't quite like pull anything into like full view. It's just kind of like fuzzy shapes of like uh shelves of like books and stuff. But before it can actually take shape or anything, it's just ripped to shreds. So that would be, what was that, 5 to finish that out?
Yep.
And
Yep,
then
and then how much did you deal overall?
11
11
overall, so
total.
6 towards the fulcrum.
Yeah, that brings us
Alright.
to 11 on the fulcrum.
And
our
as
progress track is at +3, I think now.
It is at +3. We're killing it now. We
and-
were off to a rough
yeah,
start.
no, it wasn't good.
We're building momentum, I feel like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as Jace lands on the ground, she just sees for loot, it's like a very fancy like prop necklace that kind of like drops out of like the beast's holdings, I guess. And she puts it on and now has a really cool necklace.
Perfect.
Nice.
And are you keeping us in prop storage?
Um
We'd still have a +2 on doing things on track, so I don't think it's bad.
Yeah. We're in a
I'm
pretty good
I'm
spot.
okay. I think that's fine. I'm good to stay. Yeah.
All right. I think I just want to shoot some guys because we're still fighting off defensive waves.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me take a look at what assets.
Use a sniper rifle.
I could use the sniper rifle, but it doesn't do anything special.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna do a 2-cost task. And I'm going to kill another person. So, I'm going to risk my Goldie rifle.
Ooh.
And I'm not gonna and I might not have to risk anything else because of its ability, but I gotta roll first to find out. That's a 3, and then I have to roll the choke die. The choke die is a 1, so it does break.
No.
But when this gun breaks, you can roll its die again to count for another cost towards the current task. So
So we almost wanted it to break.
yeah, and then there we go. That's a 3. So yeah, that's that 2-cost task done. There's another guy killed, and that is 7 damage to the fulcrum.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm
Fulcrum is down to
marking
4.
my dead weight in my inventory. I've got a perfectly empty spot for it. And I'll have us move rooms. So the lowest thing rolled was a 1, so that would bring us to rung 3, because when you go off the top, you reset to that one. This is a really fun effect, so I'm not going to spend my leverage. I'm going to use this. Rung 3, Bewitched. Until you change rooms, assets break on a roll of 5 or 6 instead of 1 or 2.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
Oh, heck
I mean,
yeah.
D4
D4s
things are
can't.
invincible.
Yeah.
Your fists!
Uh,
It's time, Sammy!
There, we
are
are
many-
surrounded by waves of enemies, and you have fists
You have
that cannot
unfettered
break.
fists.
There are
but
minions to be
remember
cleared.
that you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say that you can't risk the same asset more than once on a task. So like,
Yeah, one fist is already broken, so I have one fist and several things that are bludgeon shaped.
Yep. All right.
So the fun thing about door jammers is if you're beefy enough, they can be used as tonfa.
Okay.
Amazing.
Holy
Amazing.
shit.
So I'm gonna start with the door jammer just to kind of clear our path as we're moving to the next room. Followed up by our wrench, which I'm gonna yeet, and then my last fist. So
Nice.
All right. Very sick.
first roll is I wish I could see that 4.
Nice.
So with my 40-pound tonfa, it's gonna clear a path, and then with my wrench, I roll a 2,
Perfect.
which doesn't break because we are
Yes.
bewitched somehow.
Yep.
So the way I'm picturing this is M swings around the door jammer and just clears the path. She takes her wrench out, yeets it, bounces it off a guy's head, catches it as it bounces back,
Yes.
and then with a fist just bops somebody with the last roll.
Yes.
And that's a 3.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna get my dice. I can see. Hang on.
Do you kill anybody?
As many as possible.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, again, with the bewitched, that actually works really well because the choke dice won't roll breaks.
Yeah.
So so you don't even have to roll the choke dice.
You can kill as many people as you want and not feel guilty about it.
We are
No,
never
you do
leaving
still
this
have to-
room.
You do still have to mark dead weight. Yeah. So
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So, yeah,
you still have the dead weight of doing it, but you don't have to choke.
yeah. So you can literally mark as much dead weight as you want to.
So let's find out. Sarah, you're back.
I'm gonna transfer
Stream
this
still
back.
live?
I think so.
It looks
double
like
check.
It looks like it should be. I'm getting an ad, which is a whole thing. But sorry
You're
about
not
that.
subscribed to the +1 Twitch channel.
No,
Yeah,
I
we're
am.
still live. We're
I'm
still
super
live. You're good.
subscribed.
You
Hold
did
on,
kick us to the cult screen though, which is really
Yeah.
impressive.
Just like I had like a split second, so I was like, haha. So sorry. Last thing that stream heard was right before what was gonna happen next.
So how
We'll
much?
just come back and explain the amount of dead weight you have.
Oh yes, that's exactly right. Thank you.
Yep, no worries.
I think it was. We can take as much as I want, but I'm gonna go by how much damage did we do to the fulcrum?
Mm,
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was new
Are we live
room.
again?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I was like, I want to make sure we don't do all this math off screen.
So it was a new room, right? Nobody else
Yep.
had done a okay.
It was a new room. What is the new
Yeah,
room,
so
by
it's
the way?
6. Oh yeah, good question. I was the one that said that we moved, right? So I
Mhm.
have
You
to
were.
actually pick a new room. Hold on. I like the idea that we have to sort of like on our way out, or like moving through all these like movie sets, like up through that side of the map.
I like
So I want it
that.
to be west
Okay. I think we have stabilized. I think we're okay.
All right.
Sick.
Sick.
So, to sum up, M's got a bunch of dead weight. we're buying
Yeah,
this
M's-
fulcrum.
M's killing 6 guys. And I'm curious, on your links grid, how many spaces did you allocate to Grendelbane?
I was just about to ask that question because the answer is 4.
Okay, so those additional 2, if there's no valid space, it burns a soul instead.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
So
Well-
yeah, so fill those 4 spaces, and then burn 2 soul.
Okay.
You
And so just
you have
to-
36 total soul.
So those dead weight go on my stash corresponding
Yes.
with Grendel's Bane on my links.
Yes.
Okay, I put that in literally the worst spot because I broke
Oh,
3
no.
assets.
Oh, no.
Well, take
Oh
also
no, it looks
3
like we
loot
might
or
not have
3
any
leverage.
audio up right now, Sarah.
No audio? It shows that we have audio.
Interesting.
But
Maybe
how about that? How are
was-
we now? Do we have
Yeah,
audio now? I think there should be now, in theory.
Yeah, I'll put in the chat that we're double checking that it's still gone.
Should be.
Okay,
Everything.
cool. Let's keep
We good?
saying we have it, and then if we don't, somebody will let us know.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we, like, as far as I can tell, we should. But
Okay.
and we're back, and there should be audio.
Yep.
There
And we're
should
back.
be, in theory. In practice,
So
who
hopefully.
knows?
Yes. The point is I
All
murdered
right.
a whole bunch of people.
Murdered a bunch
Yeah.
of people, gave
we-
up your souls.
Yep.
It's a whole
So-
thing.
When
Yeah,
I
so
oh, go ahead.
I was just going to summarize that you murdered so many people that the spaces you had allocated in your links grid got filled up on your stash grid with dead weight. When there's no valid spots to put dead weight, you burn your soul instead. You've got 36 soul for the whole campaign. Burn 2 of that. So
Yep.
yeah.
And I did not strategically place my links. So doing so broke my assault rifle, my wrench, and my beloved door jammer.
Oh
Oof.
no.
Oof.
Well, take 3 loot or 3 leverage for that, and you can clear half of their spaces to make room for more loot and stuff.
Ooh, delightful.
Yeah. If anybody hadn't been doing this, anytime you break an asset, you can clear half of its spaces out of
That would
your
require
grid.
ever breaking an asset other than my eye.
Damn.
Other than my
yeah. Well, you
eye.
did break your fucking
Okay.
eye. So
So
I did
hypothetically
shoot my eye
speaking,
out.
do you count half the asset after it's already been cleared from the dead weight?
Oh no.
Okay. So
Because I have my assault rifle, and the dead weight goes through 2 of the 4 spaces. So if I'm clearing half what's left of the assault rifle, do I clear 1 or 2?
I think. Hold on. Let me see what it says. Okay. The asset breaks, allowing you to clear half its square. Okay, so
Oh,
you
no,
here. I'm
the
still here.
squares of the dead weight take up count as the squares that you clear.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. They count towards the spaces that you clear.
So I will do
Yeah.
that. Remove 1 more from that one.
But so that task though dealt 6 damage. So where are we at on this fulcrum?
So that cleared the fight off defensive wave fulcrum and whatever
Oh,
fulcrum
okay.
4 is 18 out of 20. But
Shit. Okay.
as an outside of choke problem, with Sarah's stream, Sarah's internet being extremely in and out right now,
Yeah,
it might
real
be
mean.
worth not clearing our debt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Do
we were just in prop storage, and if you look on the map, in prop storage, there's a giant airplane.
that is true.
Oh my god.
So what I like to envision this as is Im's over here just beating the shit out of just absolutely murking some folks, and this gives us enough time to load into a prop plane.
I feel
Okay,
like
sick.
Jace is just like at the tail, just like cheering M on, like get him, like just so excited.
I've pulled on more eyewear, so now I have an eye patch and I have aviator goggles.
Goggles, yes.
Um,
We had said that we were moving to Western Street, so I like the idea that like M literally like drew the waves of defenses over there as we're loading into the plane, and then we have to like do like a flyby to like
Yeah.
pick M up.
I flip the plane upside down as we're
I just like
Yeah, just
hold
like,
my little
can
arms
reach
out
grab the
to
wings.
catch. Yes.
Same brain, Sarah.
Yes, I just hold my little
All right.
arms up to grab M's bloody fists.
And we fly away a little
Yeah.
worse for wear, significantly worse for wear for some of us
Yeah.
here in the future who have to deal with the weight of all of the people that they killed
Yeah.
and burnt their soul to do so.
I got loot for it, so I'm totally fine.
But you got loot for it, and that's really, at the end of the day, we're getting paid.
That's
for
what it's
this.
about. That's what it's
Should-
about.
Should we move to post contract to look at what that process looks
Yeah,
like?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so page 49, after the contract. When you make it out of a contract alive, you immediately convert any gains you earned as a squad into keys. So we killed 3 fulcrums. That means we have 3 gains. So if we want to turn in this contract as a success and receive disbursement, which I assume we do,
Yeah.
we have to spend all 3 of those on the objective key.
Great.
So yeah, so any 3 gains can be exchanged for 1 objective key, once per contract. So on the very next page, disbursement, when you spend an objective key to successfully turn in a completed contract to Sullivan Allworks, each knight in the squad receives disbursement. Disbursement begins at $2,000, but can be modified by several factors. So our first contract, so we don't need to look at the streak ones, but take a stacking ×2 modifier for each person you killed during the contract. So I
Damn.
killed so I killed 2 people. So that means that I get $8,000 for my disbursement. And what about M?
So I killed. Crap. There's math now. So we started two.
So you killed 6 people.
Yeah,
So it's
so-
stacking ×2 modifier. That's 2 to the 6th power, which is obviously we've all done math before. I'm not typing.
I'm
into
not
Google
helping.
2 to the 6th power. You get 60. Yes, you get
Holy shit.
128,000. It would be 2 to the 7th power because it
Math
to the
is
first
hard,
power
and I don't like
itself.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's $128,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dinner's on you this week.
Yeah, I feel like in my mind's eye, M walks in. What's the surgeon called?
The corpsman.
The corpsman like walks in and then comes out with like 10 new arms with like more fists.
Each arm beefier than the arm before it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my entire earnings just on deodorant.
It's $126,000 spent getting new beefier arms, and then $2,000 spent on deodorant
Yes.
for all of the beefy arms.
And then whoever has loot currently in their stash, if you made it
Yes.
out of the contract with loot,
Which I also didn't get.
I got a loot, a singular loot.
perfect. So that will be, I think it's you can fence it for $100 per loot. So
Oh, heck
I had
yeah.
2 of those. So that brings me up to $8,200 is my full payout.
I also got a ton of loot, so 128,400 for me for my total payout.
Oh my god.
And then any broken assets, you're going to want to go ahead and completely erase them from your stash. They're not taking up any more space because you can dump any broken pieces and stuff like that. Because I don't think any of us can repair guns at this point. Yeah, once you've broken the same gun 5 times, like buying it and breaking it, then you can buy a repair kit for it, and then next
Oh,
time you
that's
break
sick.
one, you can repair it for cheaper than buying a new one.
Nice.
And I'm assuming dead weight stays there.
Deadweight stays there. Loot you clear out as you fence it.
Do I repair my Pharmacon afterwards, or is that a thing I have to go back to the Corpsman for?
Pharmacons. So when the meat that contained the Pharmacon, when it breaks, the Pharmacon is just gone. So you can get the meat repaired, but like it'll be repaired clean without any Pharmacons in it.
Yeah. I just never get a new eye. I just think it's cooler to just have one eye.
I
even
like
though
that.
I do lose my dark vision in the process.
I do like that
It
though.
is pretty cool.
What does your special eye see? Nothing. Because it's broke.
I flip open up the thing, like, oh, pirates, they wore an eye patch because they had the light and the dark eye. And so I like flip it and I'm just completely blind.
Amazing.
So everybody else comes out of this with like money and potentially
Yeah.
like new things they can buy. I come out of this with $2,000 and a fucked up memory of an aquarium.
I did get shot in the shoulder. I did break one meat.
I also broke
so
a meat.
if we want, it could be fun to also roll to heal to show that off, because I just
Oh,
think it's a
nice.
fun system. So if people want to make a visit to the Corpsman, she is
She's on
after the
page
catalogs.
37.
37, yes.
Yep.
So $300 appointment fee.
Oh gosh.
And that'll cover your appointment fee for before your next contract. If you want to implant any Pharmacons or anything, that appointment fee will be taken care of. You just pay it once until the next time you come back from a contract.
I would like to buy everybody's appointment fees. I'm feeling generous.
Oh, thank you.
What a sweetheart.
I
And
have
then-
no damage because
Like,
I healed it
sick,
as part of going to the
yeah.
top rung.
So
I feel
yeah,
guilty about all the murder, so I'm trying to help my teammates.
Yeah.
You're paying a $300 appointment fee and cutting all of the guilt out. Here's
Yeah, so to repair broken meat, we would do sutures. So sutures restore broken meat by undergoing a risky and potentially costly procedure. Roll 1d6 over and over until you roll a 6. As you roll, keep count of
Jeez.
both the number of rolls it takes and the sum totals of all of the results through the 6. So anybody who wants to restore a meat, go ahead and start doing that.
You lost me at some.
What?
add them all together.
Some. I can't do math.
Oh, okay.
It's not looking great. It's
Oh,
not
no.
looking great.
Oh no, Sarah.
I gotta enter them in my calculator as I go, so I don't forget what they were.
Amy's doing a dance that says I immediately rolled a 6.
I immediately rolled a 1, then I rolled a 6.
Okay.
I've not rolled a 6
That adds
yet.
to 7 for you.
Oh,
Me
no.
neither.
Thank you.
6. I got it.
Come on,
Took
baby.
me 4 rolls.
Oh, those are rookie numbers, buddy.
Mm,
Okay,
What
this
page
is
was
gotta be
healing
a-
on again?
Oh my
page
God.
37.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
Wait. Okay, there
I
you
got
go.
it.
Okay.
That was my 11th
right.
roll.
Okay.
Oh no.
So the
It's not
sum-
good, buddy. It's not
So
good.
the sum total of all your rolls is going to determine the cost of the procedure. So
Yeah, it's
my
bad.
sum total, I rolled a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 6. That's 15. So I'm paying 15 times $15 because that is just the
Okay.
base unit. So
Yeah. So
that is
I
$99 for me.
have to pay $450.
Okay.
Amazing.
I'm trying to do the math on what the chance of rolling 11 times before hitting a 6 is.
It's
And
not that bad because the average number of times is 6.
yeah. It's
Hey,
not
listen.
good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
I got a 5 in there on the third roll, and I was like, oh no.
So then the number of rolls it took you choose something off of this table underneath it. So I rolled 4 times. So I choose from the 2 to 4 chart, which are all like slightly good things. And then you said you rolled 8 or more, right?
Yes. 11.
So you have to choose from the 8 or more chart at the top of page 38. So either you can't implant any pharmacons in this meat until the next time it breaks and is restored, or this meat breaks at the end of your next contract if it hasn't already, or this meat counts as a D2 asset instead of a D4.
Oh gosh. So it'll break the second I risk it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with no pharmacons until it's broken restore again.
I think
All
you're
right.
reading from the 5 to 7 result. It was worse than that.
No, it was the 8 or more has you can't implant any pharmacons until the next time it breaks and is restored. For healing, you might
Oh,
be looking at the resurrection
yes,
one.
I was.
Oh,
My bad.
gotcha.
Okay, yeah. Dying is a lot worse than getting hurt,
Oh, there we go. I said
and
scroll up.
people are always saying that.
You know,
Mhm.
people.
I also just remembered on my sheet that I got hit with that effect during the mission where one of my assets got transformed into a different asset, and I believe that effect said at the end of the contract you break the transformed asset, so I had to erase that from my stuff too.
Oh, right. I lose my dualies as well.
Oh, poor buddy.
Yeah, so that's sutures, and then I guess how many rolls did it take you, Sammy?
Only 2.
Okay,
You
sick.
lucky. You lucky.
So I am also picking from the 2 to 4 chart. I'm gonna pick. Ooh. I'm gonna pick the next time you restore broken meat, you stop rolling on a 5 or a 6.
I'm gonna pick a pharmacon later, but you can implant 1 pharmacon in the meat you restored just for its catalog price,
Oh,
and I'll
nice.
pick a pharmacon later, probably something stupid. But speaking of pharmacons, that does raise a question for me. So you said
Yes.
this doesn't fix pharmacons.
No, you get the
So
meat back clean with nothing on it.
okay, so I hadn't risked this this meat that has the pharmacon attached to it, but um, one of the pharmacons I got was the steel tendons, which makes my fists D4
Yes.
assets. So I broke 1 fist, but I still have the other one. How do I get the other fist back?
Let me see if I specially accounted for that or not. I think okay, it's not explicit, but how I would interpret it is just if you still have that meat, it's unbroken, it has the
Mhm.
pharmacon in it. At the top of your next contract, you would just have them both back.
Gotcha. Just need to wrap it up and let it heal for a bit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, Sammy, do you want to do any consciencectomy to get rid of any of those that dead weight?
Well, like I said earlier, with regards to my links, I did not strategically place anything. So if I want to get a conscious ectomy, I would have to get rid of 3 hearts.
What?
Okay, well you don't have to do it all at
Mhm.
once. So if you wanted to just get rid of one of those to clear some of that dead weight, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it in my stash for now. I'm gonna have a giant
Okay.
L-shaped Tetris block in the exact middle of my stash.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. Well, then that is fine for then.
Yeah. On the plus side, I can afford to get rid of some of my debt, so I can clear up space that way.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I might pay off my debt. So remember, when you pay off debt, you take the amount of debt, the amount of credit that you took out, multiply it by 1.25, and that's how much it costs to pay it back.
Oh no, more math. Yeah, I have a calculator now.
I'm over here doing like trig for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of these math worked. I looked it up, and Sarah had a 86% chance to roll 6 by the time she did,
Oh,
using a very fancy formula I found on Quora.
Ooh.
So it cost me $2,250 to clear my debt.
Yeah, 1,250 to clear mine.
mine was $13.12 and 50 cents to clear mine.
I am still $800 in debt.
Oh no.
So yeah, I now have no debt, and my account balance is $6,788 and 50 cents.
Nice. I have $850.
So yeah, so you can see how killing people makes it
Right.
easier to not have to go into debt for your next mission and all that.
But the
It's very
emotional
lucrative.
but the emotional cost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many.
and you are like, over the course of a campaign, there is like a hard cap on like how much you can do that, because you run out of your hearts, you run out of your
Right.
soul, you've run out of space in your stash in general.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah, so
Yep.
you don't want to do it all the time, but
I'm really glad that you did though.
helps.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
M Lattes is on a crash course to being soulless.
To just a highway to hell situation.
You know,
It was sick though.
Yeah, it
So,
really was.
it was
legitimately.
pretty cool. I'm glad I did murder.
Me too.
For
I'm proud
legal
of you.
reasons, this is a joke.
Unless dun,
Unless-
dun,
It was-
dun,
It was appropriately licensed murder
Mhm.
Correct.
at
Correct.
Disneyland.
at Disneyland.
Awesome. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up our actual play session of Choke?
I think that's about it for me.
Nice.
I mean, I would obviously plug that you can get the game at Clove.Games/choke.
Yes.
You can
Um,
also potentially still get the game if
Yes.
you enter choke
Yes.
in the chat. Only one person's entered so far.
That person
yeah,
gonna
if you
get
want a
game.
50% chance of
We
getting
did
one of
so
these
much
books
math.
sent to you, enter
Kidding.
choke all caps in the chat.
Do it.
Yeah, or go to the link at the bottom of the overlay, which should take you right to Clove's Games.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna kick it over. We'll start on the far end of the overlay and work our way back to do some outros. Sammy, can you tell the people who you are, where they can find you, and what you've got going on?
Yeah, so I'm Sammy. I've been playing Lattes, and I'm on the internet all over the place, but predominantly on Twitter at Goddess Sammy with one fewer S's than you might think. Yeah, I don't really have anything to plug, so.
Awesome. And Clove.
Yeah, once again, I'm Clove Fulminata. You can find me at Clove RPG on Twitter. You can follow only my game stuff and not my random retweets and thoughts at Revenant World on Twitter. And all my games are at Clove.Games, Choke specifically, Clove.Games/choke. And yeah, this was a whole lot of fun. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was a ton of fun. I'm really excited that this was our first playthrough for Make It Gayer. I'm looking forward to more. Keegan, do you want to tell the people what you got going on? Or
Yeah,
what?
I'm Keegan. You can find me online at KeeganExe or at KeeganExe.com. What are we? Cult. There we go. Jesus, I fully brain farted there. yeah, the cult has some more stuff coming up. We're playing
Mhm.
Raven's Crest on the 27th, and we're playing the Zone on the 30th of the month. And that's it for right now. I don't think we've announced anything else yet. So
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm Osiris Franco. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at Osiris Franco. I do a bunch of TTRPG content here as a part of the cult, and across several other communities like Nat20, Critical Misses, Neon Lights Roleplay. So check out all those things. They're pretty great. I'm really excited for what we have with the cult coming up in the next month or so. So keep an eye out there. And thanks again, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us. Have a good night. We hope you enjoy your pizza. Bye.
bye, everyone.
Bye.